Welcome to the new section of this course, CRUD Operations in Spring REST. Now let's move on to the video exploring file structure, initializer, handler, and repository. Let's start with reactive server initialization. As we did in the previous section, we have already created a project named Ticket Management. Now our job is to add all the reactive dependencies to the pom.xml file. Let's open the existing pom.xml file, and here we will replace the existing code in this file with this highlighted block of code. The code for this file is available in the code bundle provided for this course. In this POM configuration, we have added reactor dependencies on top of our existing dependencies. These are the libraries needed to work with reactors. You can save the file. Now that we have updated the pom.xml file, we need to get the changes reflected to our project. For that, we will update the project. So right-click on the Ticket Management project, go to Maven and choose Update Project. Click on the OK button. The project will now be updated with the changes made to the pom.xml file. We will also change the JRE system library version back to Java SE9 that we have been using till now. After that, click Apply and close the tab, so you can see the warning sign disappears now. Before jumping into the endpoint, we will explore the structure of our files, including the initializer, handler, and repository. For that, let's create the com.pactpub.reactive inside the src main Java folder. Click on the Finish button. Let's create a new file named server.java. Next, we will add the server.class block of code. The server class for initializing our port 8081 is shown highlighted. In the method defined here, we have created a main class. Inside the main method, we will initialize the server and start the server with these highlighted lines of code. Basically, the method shown highlighted here will start the reactor server. The reactor server implementation is shown here. Let's go through this code later as the concept is reactive-based. You can assume that this code works fine, and we will move on, focusing on the endpoints. Yeah, you need to believe me, as you don't have any other option. Just kidding, let's move further. Our endpoints will be coming here. So it's time to save the file. This is the method for mapping all REST endpoints for our CRUD operations. Let's scroll up and add the package line of code com.pactpub.reactive. It's the package that we created. After that, we will add in a few import statements that are needed for this file. Save the file now. It's time to create the user repository.java file and the user handler.java file. First, we will create user repository.java file. For that, go to New File, and then give the name of the file as user repository.java. After that, add in a few lines of code. In this code, we have just added the user repository interface in our existing package com.pactpub.reactive. Later, we will introduce abstract methods for our business requirements. Note that our repository functions will be coming here. Now create a new file named userhandler.java file. And then we can add a user handler class with the import statements and other things. In the code shown here, the user handler initializes the user repository instance in its constructor. If someone gets an instance of user handler, they will have to pass the user repository type to the user handler constructor. By doing this, user repository will always be forwarded to user handler to fulfill the business requirements. Save the file. Next, we will create one more file named user repository sample.java. As usual, first we will add the package line of code, com.pactpub.reactive in our case, and the necessary import statements. To use the repository, we will have to create a concrete class and fill in some values to test the get operation. We can do that with the help of the methods shown here. In this class, we just implemented user repository and filled in some sample values. To simplify our code, we have used only application-based data storage, which means that once the application is restarted, our data will be reinitialized. In this case, we can't store any new data in our application. However, this will help us to focus on our main topics, such as reactive and Spring 5, which are not related to persistence. We will save the file now. Let's go back to the server.java file. Here we need to make a few modifications. We will specify the endpoints here. We can use this sample repository, shown highlighted, in the routing method. These lines will insert dummy values in our repository. This will be enough for testing the get operation. Save the file now. So here we have come to the end of this video.